It's a lot
Me
of fun.
too. Me too.
I've been looking
Good.
forward to it.
Hello, everyone, everywhere. I'm here joined by my dear friends, Jim and Mary, and basically we came to join hands to bring you this episode of How It's Done with the great Mary. Mary, she's one of the best connectors ever. She has a background in marketing, sales, and she's a people's person. So basically, Mary is a facilitator and as a connector, and we appreciate Mary being on the show today. So we would like to thank her for first of all for coming today. And I would like to thank my colleague and my friend, dear friend Jim, for accepting my invitation as well. We are bound to learn something. We are bound to connect. And the title of today's episode is basically How to Network. Is it like very difficult for you as an introvert to network? Is it difficult or is it easier for an extrovert to network more efficiently and effectively with people? So that's the thing. Now we give the mic to Mary to introduce herself, and then Jim can also say something about today's episode. Here to you, Mary.
Hey, thank you so much for that, and I'm so glad to be here. It's awesome to see things coming together, and I appreciate the opportunity. So, just a little bit about me. I live in the Appalachian region near the Virginia Tennessee state lines, and this is where I grew up. This is where I'm from. I've had education background, working with students in schools. I've worked with adults, onboarding them in corporate banking environments, and I've worked with sales and done marketing, and that's what I'm currently doing now is sales marketing and consulting. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We are very thrilled to have you. Do you have something to say, Jim?
Well, sure. I mean, Mary, it's an interesting thing about how we all came together. I think it's fair to say if it weren't for social networking, specifically on LinkedIn, we only just met within since the beginning of the year. So it's only been a few months. But that's the power of social networking and networking online. And so really we'd like to focus this conversation around that. We can obviously go off the rails if we need to, but why don't we kick it off and just share with us? Clearly, you're somebody that is very, very good at cheerleading, encouraging others. You've done, I put it this way, you remind me in one way of my father. He's never met a stranger, and you seem to me to be that type of person. Tell us, you know, how does that help you, or would it go to Islam's point? How does that make us? Does that make us better at networking if we kind of are that outgoing person, or can even a person that's introverted make the effort and be successful doing this?
Sure, sure. And one thing to realize is it's also different cultural aspects, it's different generations. You have to think about interest business wise when you're communicating and connecting. So for me, introverted or extrovert, what I find is a lot of times my favorite conversations as an extrovert are with folks who are introverted because you get that one to one deeper connection. And like you said, Jim, I don't know a stranger because I'm genuinely interested. And it doesn't mean that I nosy into people's lives in a way that's, something they don't want to go into, but I do open the doorway and ask a lot of questions. And I leave that open conversation there if someone does want to have that conversation. So especially online, something I recommend for beginning the conversation is just looking at what you're interested in, what's coming up in your feed. If you see that somebody's commenting on a post that you find interesting, comment on that post, reply to them and say, hey, that thought's interesting, and ask them a question. If you really want to make a connection, you're online. So, it's a little bit, introverts tell me all the time, being online is still a scary place, but not as bad as face to face. And I'm sure y'all saw the joke about during COVID, they loved being at home and away from people.
Mm.
So, and bridging that gap for introvert, I have a lady I know, Johanna, she does her live streams now on LinkedIn doing art live, but she's the biggest introvert on LinkedIn, she says. And what she did is found comfort, a comfortable place that she's knowledgeable in, and she just literally is having like a one-to-one conversation. So it breaks that barrier a little for people in that kind of way.
And one question for you, Mary, like when connecting with others, does it really matter to speak with them, or is it just because I met you somewhere, or like I have to connect, or do you accept any kind of invitation that comes to you like on LinkedIn per se?
I'll check out profiles first to make sure um, that it's going to be something that I want to have that's part of my time. So for me personally, I find when people are doing a connection request, I attended recently the ladies of LinkedIn conference, and these ladies are smart. And what they said is essentially if you follow someone and they follow you back, that's according to LinkedIn almost the same as having that connection. So sometimes
Mm.
I will do that. Also found, doing a personal invitation works. If you really want to talk with somebody and you really want to connect, you don't have premium, like most of us probably don't, personal invite and speak to what is it that person is doing that you first, how they came in your space.
Mm.
And, I was on the audio with you just now. I wanted to connect, and then I also say, I've looked at their page. I say, hey, I see you're in sales
Mm.
and marketing. That's cool. Or if it's something that they've posted on, like I was saying earlier, and I'm interested, even funny stuff. I just sent some requests yesterday because we all like something funny someone said. I'm like, these are my people. If they're going to like a comment or a post that's funny, I want to be with them. So I'll make connections that way, and I think that could be for introverts, extroverts, or anyone. So that's kind of how I do. I know everyone's different. I'd like to hear what you guys do. So Islam, Jim, how do y'all do that? What is your
I
initiation
mean, I
process?
mean, the most important thing for branding and marketing and like connecting with people, basically, it's to find common goals, like shared goals between these people, like something of interest. Like if for example, you are a marketeer, you would connect with a marketeer. If you are more into sales, you would be more connecting with salespeople. For sure, you will be connecting with your own company's people. But the most important thing is that you don't keep the circle very limited, because basically you are trying to elevate yourself in the job market. You are trying to elevate yourself as like providing insights, providing consultancies, providing different kind of jobs. So networking by itself, it's a win-win situation for people. It's basically one of the most important thing. We are here together for each other. And this is the thing. I'm not connected to you just because I would like to get likes or shares or comments.
Right.
No, that's not the basic concept of it. No, I'm here to support whatever purpose that you have, and you are here to support whatever purpose I have. It's a common goal. It's something that the human traits of connecting, we are bound to understand each other and be together so that we can create value for each other. What do you think, Jim?
I agree. It's all about creating value. I think the people, likes and things like that, those are vanity metrics anyway. The people that are in the digital marketing space will tell you that should not be your goal. Engagement is much more important, because if you're engaging and people are beginning to learn you and see the authentic you, the real you, if you will, they're more likely to want to trust you, and to, if it comes to doing business with you, guess who's going to be top of mind? You
Mm-hmm.
are,
Hmm.
instead of them. And that's the part I like. Now, I'm an extrovert, so I easily can engage with others in a lot of different personality types. I've got communication skills in that area. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I turned my phone off. Anyway, I'm used to that in terms of being able to adjust to other people's personality styles. Not everybody is, and But in terms of the introverts, for example, in some of my students, they are introverts, and you really have to make an effort to draw them out and make them feel comfortable in that space.
Hmm.
And to the degree that you can do that in a friendly, non-threatening, make it safe to have those communications, I think they will
Hmm.
engage. You can make them want to talk about what interests them the most. So
Hmm.
anyway,
You
that's
know,
my
and
thoughts about that. But
to
Mary,
piggyback,
see, you're so good at asking questions,
well,
and
open,
introverts are good at listening. So it's
they
almost like there's a interplay there that works for everybody.
I
Hmm.
think though, if you ask the introvert the right question and they're in a space, like you said, Jim, if they're in a space where they feel safe, they'll open up and give them the space. And the thing about introverts versus extroverts, if we're going to look at it that way, is introverts are super observant, right? They're not the one talking all the time, but they are so intelligent, and especially when it comes to personalities and behaviors and things. So I'm a big behavioral scientist person.
Hmm.
Like I love to study it. And that's what I do in my spare time for fun is study behavioral science, right? So, especially when it relates to sales and marketing. So when you get an introvert in a space where you're not, not well, one thing for anybody I've seen is, don't jump in and say, here's something I have to sell. Nobody likes a sales pitch, right? Don't jump in there and say, I want to meet right away, because that's odd. Like, who are you? Where'd you come from? Well, I don't know you, right? And then also create a little commentary so you have something to talk about. Get to know them. We'll go to their page, get engaged in the conversation, and then
Hmm.
you can have a chat back and forth. And then after a little time, you could have that conversation like this face to, or, on a Zoom if you want, or on a Teams meet. So it's a stair step of trust, like Jim said. So
I
I
have a
appreciate
question.
that.
I have a
Yeah.
question, Mary. Is it good to connect with everybody everywhere, or is it like it can be particular people that can be of value to you, or adding to your life, or adding to the conversation?
It just, I keep an open mind about where I am going to get knowledge I don't know, right?
Hmm.
And I look at myself, how I spend time online is to learn and to
Hmm.
connect. So I never know where those connections are coming from, but I'm also not just open ended accepting everything. And
Hmm.
the reason why, I'll be honest with you, is because I'm looking, does this profile look fake? I'm
Hmm.
watching that, and I learned that from a long time ago.
Hmm.
If this seems like a fake profile, things
Hmm.
to watch out for, how long has the account been open, for
Hmm.
example? And it kind of varies, but are people actually posting things? Or are they
Hmm.
just resharing other people's stuff? That's something to me I pay attention to. I want to see what you think. I want to see what you know. I want to see something authentic from you, not just I've reposted everything I can find. To me,
Hmm.
that seems like not really fake, but just like you're just sharing everybody else's stuff. And I'll go a pretty deep ways to look. I'll go pretty far back and say,
Hmm.
what have they posted? What is it that's actually theirs? And have they got any thought
Hmm.
behind it? Are they just sharing a cute little graphic once in a while? We do that. I share cute graphics. I've got tons of screenshots of graphics, but I want to know what you actually think. So that's how I evaluate it. Jim, do you have a thought about that question or?
Well, I'm pretty sure I've got a fake profile that's sitting in my box. I glanced at it right before we started, and it's it's the very giveaways that you're talking about. It's some clickbait photo. The the account just got set up a week ago. All they've got are repost, and
Hmm.
where they live and what they are into has nothing to do with you or what you represent. And to
Hmm.
me, those are the ones I leave alone and just ignore.
I keep getting this all the time. Like I keep getting 5 to 6 fake accounts, invitations per day. LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere. Like it's
Right,
just amazing. Yeah, it's just the right people that you connect with, and basically it's adding value, as you said, and as we
right.
said before. Yeah.
And yeah, people don't want to say that. People don't want to say I'm on here for me, but I am. I'm on.
Mm,
Anything I do for me, you know why? Because I love myself enough. And
mhm,
that's right. I said that. I love myself enough, and you can too. You know
mhm.
what I mean? And it doesn't mean that I'm selfish. It doesn't mean that I don't want to hear about other people because I do, man. I love
You
to
do.
hear about
Mhm,
people.
mhm,
When I said the other day about, you know, the world having a front porch, it's like the Alan Jackson song, right? Man, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like if we just open up, have a front porch where everybody has a seat, it's cool times, right? You
mhm.
can learn a lot. But
Bring
I
your
am
coffee.
here. Bring your coffee in, Jim, your big cup.
Fixator.
I'll cheer to that. I got my water over here. But yeah, but that kind of thing really passionately fires me up. Like, giving a space for everybody to learn and bring value. But what's in it for me too? Not I don't care about the lots. I've posted stuff that's had one lock and it was just because somebody felt sorry for me.
Mhm,
You know, it's about am I here? Am I hearing things that's valuable for my time?
mhm,
Right, my time is very important, so I only give that to people who are given to me. Right, in a way that is valuable. For
mhm,
example, this conversation right now, I could talk about this stuff all day because it's digging down deeper and getting into the what does people really care about. If you're in a
mhm,
business meeting, for example, in Japan, and Constance Lee, Dr. Leland, she could tell you about this. She said before they have a meeting, they party together for 3 days,
mhm,
y'all. They party together for 3 days. They have no talk about conversation of business related matters. They
mhm,
get to know each other because if they're going into business, they want to know, can I operate with this person? What underlining things are here that I could pick up on or context
mhm,
clues
mhm.
of what this person's about? Is there something I'm suspicious of that's bothering me about them that I need to ask them and not offend them, like, hey, tell me about this thing. What about this? And what's your story? Right. So to me, picking up that, I was like, man, Constance, that's a cool thing, right? That's something from your culture. So we can learn a lot of things like that. What do you think about Islam?
I would like to add to that, like, basically, the most important thing about like connecting online is like that people provide like more than information. Like, it's just a matter of fact that if I can help you in some way, I would do that because I appreciate and value every human being. That's
Right.
the most important thing. So if I'm finding any commonalities between people, if I'm finding commonalities between one person and the other, I would add value as long as I can. That's the most important thing. But I just want to ask you about something else, Mary. What do you think of the etiquettes of connecting online? So some people don't know how to ask a question. Some people don't know how to connect. Some people don't even know how to, like, I don't know, engage in any conversation. So how
Right.
would you recommend, or what are the tips that you would recommend to these?
Find things that you can talk about. I mean, I've literally talked to people because they posted something about a music interest.
Mhm,
Like I said, my eyes are open all the time. I'm looking for their personality. Does this person joke around once in a while?
mhm,
Is this person bringing knowledge from a resource that's credible?
mhm,
Or are they just on there? I try to avoid the people who just get on any social media and just like,
mhm,
blah, blah, blah. I don't like that.
mhm,
I want to be around people who are engaged in learning and engaged in community. I know Islam, one thing I appreciate about you is you go and volunteer, right? I
mhm,
appreciate that because
mhm,
I'm a volunteer and I'm
mhm,
like, man, that's awesome, giving back, right? Jim, I appreciate Jim because he is a authentic person in the way that he had his thoughts, and I could see through his writing like, wow, this guy's is really a thoughtful, like, deep thinker person, right? So I
mhm,
connected with you all both for different reasons, and then I happened to say, hey, I'm gonna go look at the profile. So I pull the
mhm,
profile.
mhm,
Oh, they do sales and marketing, and man, we're going to hit this off, right? So for
mhm,
me, it might be a little different, but really just find something you can talk about. And if it's that you're not finding anything, literally go to the top search bar
mhm,
and search a topic you're interested in, art or eh, you know
mhm,
the business, like I need help with my LinkedIn. I
Mm-hmm.
need help, whatever it is. And those conversations begin by saying, "Hey, I see you." It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like Avatar, right? Y'all
Mm-hmm.
seen that in the movie Avatar?
Yeah.
I see you. People are like, "Oh, well, hello, I see you too." So, really just find something that anybody out there is talking about mental health right now. We all deal with that. That's a common thing everybody has to deal with at some point.
Mm.
That's a good one to start with. So that's
Do
what
you
I
have
would
any
say.
thoughts to add here, Jim? Like any kind of information or questions that you'd like to add to the conversation, or?
Well, in terms of asking questions, Mary, you're a pro at that. But when you think about networking in general, one of the key guidelines that people tell you to do is if you want to have people be interested in you, be interested in them first.
Mm-hmm.
Be willing to ask the question about them because most people, if you ask them, they do
Mm-hmm.
like to tell about themselves or what their interests are.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I would say what as an internal driver is a service to others mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I get attracted to other people when I see them and it's very obvious that they have that service to others mindset. That's my tribe. And when
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
see that coming out in a myriad of ways that everybody's different, then I think that's what piques my interest to where I want to begin or have a conversation with them or comment on their post or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that's what I would add.
I love it. The thing about service to others, it comes in so many ways. Literally just supporting somebody by saying, "Hey, I'm here if you ever want to talk about something." The coolest meetings I've had with folks, they're
Mm-hmm.
literally open that door or even messages say, "Hey, if I could help you in some way, let me know." That's a simple thing to say. And it might say something like, just set a boundary also and
Mm-hmm.
say, "If I can, or if there's a way that I can help you, let me know." Because there's some people that'll just use, right? So I appreciate that a lot because I like people who are willing to help other people. I like helping other people. Like I said, I love this so much, and that's why I appreciate you guys, right? So you guys do that so well. So thank y'all for that. You
No
give
problem.
back to other
Um,
people.
let's end on one question. Like, if somebody offends you online or in general, how would you basically reply to that? And how would you basically like have the patience or have the kind of like abilities to handle that? Is there any way? And is there any situation that you have been offended before?
I would say I've got to bring in Mike Ashford from the Hounds on this one. And that's another thing, finding a group of people that will have your back, right?
Mm,
So he says, I just put that over somewhere else so they can deal with it. I don't deal with that. And I think that's a cool way to do it because you're online. It literally takes 5 seconds to block somebody if it's
mhm,
really a serious thing.
mm,
I've been approached about all kinds of stuff. People
mhm,
try to get money from me, people, just
mhm,
scamming. And it takes 5 seconds to block somebody. It's not like you're losing out on something. Now, as far as other things go, if somebody's saying a comment, you just don't have to respond. In
mhm,
face to face conversations, I have 1,000 things we could talk about with that. But online, just let them go, man.
mhm,
Let that go. There's a what is it, 900 million people on LinkedIn?
mhm.
Is that the stat now? 900
Is it is
million?
it is it
Yeah,
that?
that's it.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That's a lot of people.
Mm,
So if you're like, man, I built so much time and stuff. The ball and chain will drag you down if you don't cut that off. Literally cut it off and move on. There's so many other things that you need to give your time and effort to besides letting things drag you down. And people are jerks. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. And you just have to let it go. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I love it. And Mary, obviously there are people that are going to be more interested in wanting to continue this conversation perhaps with you. How can people reach you? What are your contact points?
Oh, thank you. So here on LinkedIn, I'm just Mary Baker. And you can email me at marybakercaters@gmail.com. introverts.com, and I'll look forward to talking with y'all. And thank y'all so much again for having this. I'm so looking forward to what y'all have got going on. I know
Thank
you
you
got
so
some
much.
exciting things. Yes. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
thank y'all very much.
Thank you. Any notes to end on here, Jim?
What a great inaugural talk. We couldn't have picked a better guest to bring on first.
Of course, of course, of course. So thank you for everyone for watching this episode of How It's Done with Mayor Baker, Jim, and Islam Gouda. And join us next week for another episode with another guest. Great to see you. Put your comments below, like, share, and whatever. Provide your information, provide your details, provide your questions, and let's get it from there. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Jim. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.